You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me.
Hello race fans and welcome to Sim Racing Media. We are live here at the Tricky Triangle, Pocono Raceway in Pocono Mountains of Pennsylvania for round number 19 of 20 here in the WSRL. I'm Liam Irving up in the booth. I got Mike DeMoney, not Alan Bergen in here. I didn't type that or change that out, but Mike, how you doing?
Doing good, doing good. Can't wait to see what these drivers can do at the Triangle. Getting close to end of the season. Only a couple more weeks for the drivers to make some moves and get rid of those couple other bad weeks they may have had in the season.
Yeah, and that's going to be the big key, those drop weeks. These guys have, the chance to right a wrong from the beginning of the season. Say you had a DNF, you could really maximize points here, try to replace that. But of course, we're moving in to the end here, and there couldn't be a tougher track for the penultimate race than Pocono here. It's a 2.5-mile triangle with 3 very distinct corners. Mike, do you know the 3 tracks that these corners are based off of?
Oh, what is it? Indy's
turn 2.
I can't remember. Oh my gosh. I just went over that last week too.
The Milwaukee Mile was turn 3, and then turn 1 was Trenton. A defunct track, no longer around, but... yeah. 97 degrees here on the track. Still finishing up qualifying. See who's on the racetrack right now. Looks like Wayne Fleet is getting ready to get it done here. Can take a look at your preliminary results on the left side. Of course, we've got Rowdy Forever on the bottom right. All right, while we're in qualifying, I'm just going to make sure I've got my training paints where it needs to be. Okay. Listen, computer. Thank you very much. Do apologize. Got some new updates here on iRacing today. These guys are going to have the opportunity to use the track map. They've got a better fuel calculator. First options to be able to use these new tools is going to be here at Pocono, and that's going to be really important at a track where, Mike, we know strategy can come into play. There we are. We had that thing updated, and now we're seeing the Valvoline Wayne Fleet machine. Much better.
Yeah, these guys updated some paints and wanted to get them on the screen, so definitely good seeing that number 6 Ford. One of only, 3 Fords in the field tonight.
Yeah, it kind of seems like those Fords are being phased out a little bit. They don't have that 38 truck that they had last week, bringing them some extra speed. Which, by the way, let me just take a few moments to talk about my experience last week racing here in the Western States Racing League. I mean, these guys are absolutely incredible at what they do week in and week out. We get to see it from the booth. We get to see it on stream. But man, to be in the truck, driving up against some of these guys, going toe to toe. I mean, I took the lead, man. I was battling Jacob Jensen for the lead. He passed me, but still, I held him off for a little bit.
Yeah, you led some laps. You got that 38 machine out front for a little while, and I mean, ultimately didn't embarrass yourself. Put on a good show, so it was good to call that race with you out on the track.
Yeah, I mean, I had an absolute blast. These guys know what they're doing on Tuesday nights, and I mean, if you're curious about a league to run with, definitely reach out to Bob Beltrami. Check out their website, WSRL.com or WSRLracing.com. And yeah, we've got another season coming our way in just a few short weeks. I'm thinking I might have to be on the track for it, but we'll see how things go.
So definitely going to have to wait and see how things go as these guys wrap up the season at Atlanta next week. And qualifying just wrapped up as well.
Qualifying just wrapping up. Looks like we're going to have 24 drivers. Julian Ritchie just makes it in at the very end. He was talking about his update that obviously week 13, Tuesday, today, the big update dropped. Not everybody is able to get to it right there when it drops, so a lot of us were kind of scrambling at the end to make sure we had everything right. Julian Ritchie, another one of those drivers. He's gonna be in the field.
That looks like a couple drivers that were waiting and hoping that the update would finish in time were able to make it in, as Arton Tobin got in as well. So definitely lucky for them to get in just at that last minute.
So 24 drivers are registered, ready to rock and rumble. Get some stuff done here at the Tricky Triangle. This is going to be a fun one, Mike. You know, we've seen in the practice these guys willing to be aggressive and try some wacky things. I know we're not going to see that type of stuff in the race, but the aggression has shown, at least in practice. So what do you think that's going to relate to in terms of 64 laps here in Pocono?
I don't know. I've seen. I would assume that they're going to kind of take it easy, maybe for the first part. I mean, after the initial restart, you want to try and make some positions as best you can, and then kind of just maybe log some laps, get that truck feeling right underneath you before you try and be too aggressive. But I mean, these guys are known for driving side by side and making it stick throughout. So we'll see if that's going to be a strategy here, or if it's going to be trying to keep this thing green as long as possible.
Well, we stayed green all week last week. We'll see if we can keep it together for another one. It's about time to give you guys the grid. Chris Samard with Chad Stearns to his outside, making up row number 1. Then Jacob Jensen, followed by last week's winner, Lyle Swearingen. Bentley Glazer, followed by Bob Beltrami in row number 3. Then we see Matt Sisler and Ryan Steele. Rounding out your top 10 today, Chad Simpson and Butch Davis. John Kenyon and Drew Lalonde in 11th and 12th. 13th is Wayne Hutchison, followed by Scott Kukas. Brian Barnes and Barry Phil in row number 8, followed by Wayne Fleet and Cody Matthews. Daryl Scott and Keith Kelman round out your top 20 with Ayrton Tobin and Dustin Burns. Joshua Fracker and Julian Ricci make up the final row. Joshua Fracker does not appear to be here, so Julian Ricci going to be able to start it from the pit lane. Fracker, though, doesn't seem to be here. Pace car makes that hard left turn. Flagman has the starting flag in hand. He's going to wave it. We are racing here in Pocono. Staying double wide so far down this long front straightaway. Seeing some guys peeking out, getting into turn 1. Missed a bit of action there. Apologies there. So we're going to see him get up near the wall. Everybody keeps it off of the wall coming down the back straightaway. Jacob Jensen in different paint scheme this week. The black and orange. Oh, he's going to get a little sideways.
I'd say that back half of the field was almost 3 wide through 1 and 2.
Butch Davis, Chad Simpson, the 42 and 43, both trying to work their way forward. They both made up one spot, both of them, past Ryan Steele. 2 teammates, I believe they're teammates up in the Dodge Rams. If they're not actual teammates, they've been kind of de facto teammates before. Usually see that 42 in the Dr. Dabber machine, or used to. It might not be the sponsor there anymore, but now that Pump and Pantry 36 up on the outside, trying to take. That was 8th, and Chad Stearns takes over the race lead. Here's a big push from Swearingen. Back to Samard, though, to try to get him back to the inside into turn 2. Chad Stearns able to cover that off, and up the racetrack goes Samard. Jacob Jensen to the outside now of Swearingen. He's going to be able to take away 3rd. We'll talk about that graduate paint scheme in just a little bit. We know that one's special to Jacob, and he's going to have to sort a couple of things out before we can talk about him like that. We got Matt Sisler also trying to sort a few things out, getting loose coming up off of turn number 3 as he closes in on Bob Beltrami. Beltrami got a good run there on Swearingen.
Yeah, Matt Sisler last week had a heck of a run, kind of got a little loose there towards the end and fell back a little ways, but still was battling inside that top 10 most of the day.
Yeah, now Matt's a guy that, I mean, I've had some history with him in the past. We've raced together, called races for him. He's a good guy. He was actually a big help for me last week. There was a couple of times where I was battling side by side, and he would see me. He would come down low and push me instead of pushing the other guy, get me clear, and kind of help me move on with my day. So he's a guy who's going to help you if he likes you, but you know that doesn't mean he's not going to try to pass you later, which he definitely did. Single file down this front straightaway. You're starting to see them do the Indy Snake, but Chad Stearns up front, not concerned. Maybe he should be, because Jacob Jensen just put down the fastest lap of the race.
Yeah, Jacob Jensen, that 64 Chevy, has definitely found some speed here and looks to see if he can lead another lap here in this series, as he has put down quite a few lead laps here. Or laps led. Wow.
Lead laps.
Yeah.
It's spelled the same.
You know, whatever.
Oh, yeah. He's got a good run coming up off of turn number 4. Not quite enough to get down to the inside of Stearns. It's Ryan Steele trying to get to the inside of Butch Davis. Davis covers that one off.
It seems like these trucks might have a hard time making some passes here, as we've seen them be able to catch drivers, but haven't really been able to see them pass too much without trying to set it up for multiple corners. So passing might be difficult as Sisler goes to the inside of Beltrami, gets out of shape. Stearns snakes down to the midline there of the front stretch.
Chad Stearns leading early. He led at the midpoint of the race last week. Doing what he can to keep that 05 up in front as Matt Sisler does clear Bob Beltrami. He gets a little loose. Beltrami gets loose behind him. And now here comes Simpson into the back of Beltrami. Into the wall goes the 14.
Wow, slid up the track. That's going to allow Bentley Glazer to take that spot. Butch Davis also looking to the inside of Beltrami. Going to slide up and clear. Beltrami looking to try and get that 14 in the right direction. John Kenyon closing in on the back of Ryan Steele. Going to go to the inside, slide up the track. We'll see if he's going to be able to get the momentum to clear Steele. Still battling back on that high side.
A little bit of a brand switch mid-season here for John Kenyon. Saw him driving the NOS Energy car earlier. Now he's got Monster on the hood. Tried to get around Ryan Steele there. Nothing doing through 3 and 4. The outside lane just a little bit stronger as here comes Chad Simpson now to the inside of Bob Beltrami, who starts to find himself going the wrong way here in Pocono. A little bit loose there on the bottom. Slides up. Gives Beltrami a bit of room and a bit of momentum. 42 going to have to fall back in line. Chris Samard able to get back in front of Jacob Jensen for second place as he tries to retake the race lead.
Yeah, Samard, Swearingen, and Chad Simpson in practice were the 3 fastest trucks out on the track. They're finding themselves a little bit separated here as that 77 looks to go back to the lead, but Chad Stearns has been dynamite up front.
I'll sit on the nose here with Matt Sisler because I have not yet updated my RAM cams. I wonder if I can do that now. Chad Stearns in the race lead. He's got that Strickland propane machine right behind him. Oh, we've got a caution.
Oh, caution. Oh,
Barry Phil finds himself in a precarious position down the back straightaway. Oh, he's going to get a hit there from the 22. Into the inside wall. It's Ayrton Tobin who got into him. He went in from way back and tagged a 99. That was an experience.
I don't see the experience out on track right now. Looks like he must have missed the race tonight.
Oh yeah, no. I thought you were talking about that experience.
No.
But the Allen experience is not out on the track. Matt Sisler, however, is staying on the track, along with Bentley Glazer and Cody Matthews, while everybody else comes down to the pit lane.
What are we thinking fuel window? 22?
That was kind of my
Laps or
thought.
so?
I haven't talked to the drivers, but oop, man, Stearns just barely got it stopped, and he got it pointed right.
Wow.
Like, even if this was a real race and he would have had to try to get around that 77, 2 tires there for Ryan Steele. He's going to get out in first. Stearns behind Kenyon, who also appears to have taken 2 tires. Matt Sisler, Bentley Glazer, Cody Matthews, Brian Barnes, Wayne Hutchison, and Ryan Steele. All right, we're going to do a quick commercial so I can try to fix that RAM cam real quick. We'll be right back.
Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
Oh no. I might have to reload this thing. Damn, I really might have fucked that up. I think I gotta fucking restart my shit. Alright, I gotta restart. I hope this doesn't fuck up the stream.
This isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
All right, we do apologize for the technical difficulties we had there, and I also apologize for the language that you guys may or may not have heard there. While I was trying to get that stuff figured out. That was definitely on my bad, and need to be a little bit more professional in making sure when my mic is live. And anyways, we're back live here. Matt Sisler leads over Chad Stearns. Jacob Jensen up to third. Mike, how we doing?
Doing good. Just waiting for you to come back here and see this race unfolding here in front of us as it's kind of side by side. Sisler able to stay up front now.
Jensen moves into second place, and here comes Cody Matthews in the 10. He's going to get sideways now in the middle of 3 wide. Bentley Glazer going to be able to take advantage, and here comes Jensen down the back straightaway, the long pond straightaway, to try to side draft Matt Sisler. He's got a long way to do it. He's going to be able to get that pass potentially completed here, getting into 2. Sisler fights hard up on the outside. They both slide up the racetrack a little bit. Sisler strong up on top.
And Sisler able to hang on here after not coming down pit lane when everybody else did on lap 9. Bentley Glazer also able to hang around for a little bit. Looks like Chris Samard's going to try and get by on the bottom side here as they go into turn number 1.
Ooh, Sisler slides up. Had to check up just a little bit to prevent himself from hitting Jacob Jensen. Jensen now leads by a quarter second. Matt Sisler, big push here from Bentley Glazer going down the long pond straightaway, getting into Indy 2 and the short chute. Suppose after the repave, it's not quite as flat here in 3 and 4 as the Milwaukee Mile, but it's pretty close.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty close. You can see as the tires start to wear, these guys slipping and sliding, almost touching the wall there. Looked like Bentley Glazer got a little loose coming out of 3. Now it looks like we'll have to wait to see what a full tire / fuel run will do here, as these guys had that early race caution there.
Chris Samard now in 3rd place. He's got a big run here on Sisler. Jacob Jensen starting to drive away. Here comes Samard, looking down to the inside. Going to be able to nose out in front, but Sisler a little bit stronger coming up off of turn number 1. He's going to have a little bit of help there from Glazer.
Jacob Jensen got that clean air, and now he is just pulling away out to almost a second already as Sisler and Glazer battle for P2 now.
Yeah, Chris Samard got loose there. He's going to lose some positions here down the front straightaway. He'll lose about 4 of them, as now Bentley Glazer with the big run on Sisler. He's going to try to push that 93. I almost feel like that's not the way to go anymore. You got to try to get around that 93 and see if you can utilize that. Oh, we got trouble.
John Kenyon.
John Kenyon around down the front straightaway. Caution comes out here for the 2nd time. Another quick little glitch here. We do apologize for all of the technical difficulties we're having here tonight. See what happened here with the 88 down the front stretch. Oh,
Oh.
wow.
Left turn into whoever that was on his inside there. Keith Kelman? No.
Oh, it's the 01. Drew Lalonde. Had to have been a little bit confusing. Well, Jacob asked in the pre-race, and I wasn't ready, so now we're going to bring him up into the booth. Hey, Jacob, Liam and Mike up at the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do. How you guys doing?
Doing pretty good, man. I know you wanted to come in a little bit before the race. Sorry that didn't work out, but here you are, and now you're in the lead. How's it going?
Oh, it's going pretty good. Yeah, I just want to come in and tell you guys how tight it is in two. Like, it's just the tightest I've ever seen a race. So it's kind of crazy for sure.
Yeah, we've kind of noticed that. It seems like the outside lane is working out here as well with the tightness of the cars. Well, it looks like you're coming to a pit stop, so we're gonna let you do that. We'll bring you in after for a moment. Samard, Davis, and Swearingen gonna stay out. Oh, Jensen had to back it up a touch. I hope he doesn't blame us for that.
That's all your fault.
Yeah, it might be. You guys could have done it to me last week.
I know, and we didn't. I almost brought you in like right after you took the lead too.
I know. I went back and watched. You were like, we can bring him in at the most inopportune time. All right, Jacob. I wanted to talk to you about your paint scheme here. You've got black and orange, your graduate paint scheme. Tell us about the A and P and what you got on the back there as well.
Yeah, so I am graduating from Westmex Aviation Maintenance Technician program. It's a 2-year program where we learn how to work on airplanes, and it's coming to an end this week. So I'm just super excited and able to paint the car to commemorate it. And then I also got a few friends on the back there who graduated high school with me. They were on the high school car, but it was such a bad night that I said that they could come on this one too. So it's really cool having them on board.
Well, awesome stuff, man. Congratulations on graduating, especially with that program. I mean, the aviation field is always going to be a great place to work. So congratulations on that, man. That's amazing stuff.
Thank you very much.
All right, we'll let you get back to it, and hopefully we'll be talking to you again at the end.
Hopefully.
So Chris Samard going to restart in the lead on older tires. I know Bob and Chad, they took 2, so they're going to have older left sides, but I'd rather have fresh rights getting into that tight turn too.
Yeah, that's gonna be gonna be interesting for the drivers who came down and did get 4 tires there. Bentley Glazer looks like Matt Sisler. Start behind 2 drivers that took 2 and then 3 that stayed out.
Definitely going to lead us to a wild restart here in Pocono. I mean, we know this track is wide enough for 7 wide. I've seen Indy cars do it. I think we'll see these guys do it here tonight. It's about the same field size.
7 wide? No, I don't think so. Might get 4 though.
Oh, I'm sure we'll see 4. I think we could see a little 5 if we get a late race caution here. I mean, I know it's still early. We're completing our 24th lap under our second caution. Please forgive that graphic there. But that still leaves us 40 to go. We've got one more pit stop. At any other track, 40 would be crunch time, but still got a little ways as that pace car makes the hard left turn down the front straightaway. Green flag is in the air. Chris Samard leads us down, gets a strong restart, and gets away by about a car length. Sisler already going to the middle 3 wide. Jacob Jensen to his outside. There's that 4 wide. There's the space for 5, but no trucks go to the hole.
We were close. They could have if they wanted to.
If they wanted to. That's the strong question there.
Samard,
Down the back
Swearingen, Simpson,
straightaway.
and Davis. Those FBR guys all found themselves up front again.
Chad Stearns coming up out of the pits now. He's a couple of laps down, about 9 laps down. That 05 machine led some laps earlier. Chris Samard trying to drive away from last week's winner, Lyle Swearingen, and we've got another caution on the racetrack. Cody Matthews around. Jacob Jensen is involved. Oh, and he's going to get hit at the end by Barry Phil.
Wow.
Big problems, and that is just what you don't want to have happen. We saw Jacob overshoot his pit box a little bit, had to back up, then he took 4 tires. It's going to leave him back in traffic, and now caught up in some trouble. Cody Matthews around again. Jacob Jensen. Got damage there, and yeah, let's take a look to see what happened. And Cody Matthews was the first one to go around.
Oh, Cody
he-
Matthews goes up, gets into Simpson, and then down in front of Jensen there.
Jensen was going to be all right if he just kept it on the brakes a little bit longer. I think that roll back up the racetrack is kind of what got him in front of that machine. Yeah, I mean, there's minimal damage to that thing, and then, yeah, just lets off the brake for half a second, not even, and gets him clipped. It could be a championship ender for Jacob Jensen. He's going to hope it's not, but he did jump on the radio and almost concede to Ryan Steele. Well,
Yeah, Jacob's had a few rough weeks and missed. I think he missed a couple races too, so it's going to be tough for him to win the championship, I believe.
Well,
if he
since he's
doesn't.
the only other one in this Discord, let's bring him back. Hey, Jacob, it's Liam and Mike. How bad is the damage there?
Only about 2 minutes.
Oh, not too bad at all then. Feeling pretty confident about being able to get back up to speed then?
Hopefully, with how long the pace laps are, it's definitely going to help the damage repair. We might need one more caution, but we'll see what happens.
Awesome stuff, Matt. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Well, not as bad as he may have initially thought it was. As long as that rear tire that got hit isn't completely messed up like it would be in a cup car, I think you'd be all right.
Yeah, and he definitely has some time. As you know, you're almost talking 2-minute pace laps. So
That is a really good point here, Mike. Almost 2-minute pace laps. These cautions,
yeah, I
they
mean,
feel like agony here. I know the laps are already long at 180 miles an hour. But when you're going 55 or 75 in this case, it is agony.
yeah. So he is out in front of the pace truck, so should be good to go momentarily.
And since that caution came out in quick succession, we are going single file for this restart. Chris Samard going to lead over Lyle Swearingen, Butch Davis, Bentley Glazer, Matt Sisler rounding out your top 5.
Now Jensen's going to have to hustle to get back and be up to speed by the time they get that green flag, but didn't lose a lap or anything, so just has to improve a few positions here.
Yeah, he wants to keep himself in the fight for next week. Racing in Atlanta, and Mike, I believe it's going to be the new Atlanta. These guys aren't running old abrasive Atlanta.
No, so it'll wind up being a little bit of a wild card there as well. So
you want to try to set yourself up in the absolute best possible position. Ryan Steele's got himself an opportunity now, and Bob Beltrami does as well. Those guys up in the top 3 in points.
yeah, those 3 are going to be the drivers who are going to decide the championship here. I mean, you have basically 12 points separating all 3 of those drivers, so it's going to be a heck of a battle these last couple weeks.
Green flag back in the air, single file restart. You already see one of them going down, Keith Kelman. You can't pass to the inside before the start-finish line. That was probably more of an evasive action. Jacob Jensen jumps down to the inside as soon as he possibly can, and Lyle Swearingen looks to the outside for the race lead. Doesn't quite have the momentum. We'll see if he can get it coming up off of turn number 2.
Ryan Steele pulls out, goes. Who?
Swearingen?
Let me see. I'll tell you. Yep. One at Charlotte and Michigan.
So Lyle Swearingen trying to go 3 in a row here at the end, potentially establish himself as a championship competitor for next season. Should he be able to make all the races? Matt Sisler looking to the outside of Bentley Glazer down the front straightaway. Not quite able to get to his outside. Falls in line. Going to try to push him past the 43 of Butch Davis. Davis has been a mainstay in this series. We haven't seen him much this year, but he's been a bit more consistent as of late, and we're happy to see it. He gets up into the wall there. Beltrami gets big time loose, and we see a bunch of guys fan down the long pond straightaway.
It looks like they were trying to get around Julian Ricci there as Ricci let off the throttle just a little bit, thinking that Butch Davis was going to come back through the field. Butch able to keep it going in the right direction for now. Lyle Swearingen all over that rear bumper of that Strickland Propane number 77, trying to get by here.
Touches the grass just a little bit, something a lot of iRacers don't do. He's going to get down there, and now he's going to get a run coming off the turn number 3. And, can't really do much with it, but it seems like he's really able to stay close to that 77. If he could stay closer on entry and pack that air, as long as he could stay off of him, he could move him up the racetrack, but he's just not as confident or not as aggressive as we're seeing that 77 on corner entry.
Yeah, no, he's definitely staying right there with him. Doesn't want to overdrive the corner too much, wants to fall in line for the most part. He has Bentley Glazer, though, closing in on him, going down to the inside. Matt Sisler slides up right behind him in that Ram machine as they go through the corner. Swearingen slides up the track, not going to get the runoff that he had last time.
It's going to be enough, but Sisler's going to go down and help Glazer. And like you said, Mike, you don't want to overdrive a corner. That looked like a little bit of overdrive in turn number 2. Swearingen able to make a good recovery of it. John Kenyon trying to block Wayne Fleet down the front straightaway. He might not have, I don't want to say he might not have learned, but you'd think after that first incident, you just want to be a little bit more careful on the front straightaway with the blocks and side drafts.
Yeah, Kenyon keeps trying to drive down the middle of the track, and it's almost like he forgets he has a mirror out that left-hand window there. And gets a little closer to the drivers down on the inside. Looks like Jacob Jensen isn't really maintaining speed. He's kind of just pacing back here behind Lalonde there, but not really going anywhere at the moment.
Julian Ricci, he's got some left front damage here. Potential moment there with Ryan Steele. Oh, that wasn't it.
Brian Barnes goes to the outside. Gonna tighten up.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
what it
there you
was.
go. Seen that a couple times.
I know it's minor damage. Just look at Matt Sisler. He was able to get around Swearingen for second. Swearingen coming back.
Dancing down the front stretch.
Sisler right up on the rear bumper of the 77. What kind of run can he get down the back straightaway? He's got Glazer right with him. Glazer stays with him. Going to be side by side getting into 2. Glazer moves back up to get his entry, and Matt Sisler goes full send. Going to get the pass done. Glazer going to try to stay to the inside of the 77 Samard. Lyle Swearingen going to try to follow through. Samard goes from 1st to 4th over the course of 1 lap. It's starting to look like that truck is sliding around in ways that he doesn't want it to.
Ryan Steele gets driven down the track by Ricci there as well. They're snaking down the front stretch again. I think what we just saw with Samard is kind of what we're going to see throughout the race. You'll have 2 or 3 guys in a line, and then all of a sudden, as soon as one gets through, you're probably going to lose the spot to the next couple as well.
Definitely seems to be that way as we are less than 30 laps to go here in Pocono. Sisler leading this race over Bentley Glazer, Lyle Swearingen, Chris Samard, Chad Simpson rounding out your top 5. Sisler's trying to use that snake, but he's not using it enough. I feel like you got to go all the way down. Use all that front straightaway. I'm also an IndyCar fan, and those guys do this a little bit quicker.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure the lap times aren't 55 seconds.
No, they're more like 45. Maybe less. Glazer trying to close in on the race lead. He was right there, but getting into turn 2 seems to be Sisler's bread and butter. See the top 5 all snaking down, and then the next group, not so much, as Bob Beltrami moves down to the inside of Butch Davis. Going to be able to complete that pass. Davis trying a bit of a crossover. Here comes that Hall of Fame machine up on top of Brian Barnes. Going to try to push Beltrami back in front of that 43. Hutchison back here trying to figure out which way is the right way to go. It looks like the outside's a little bit quicker. Butch Davis not giving up.
No, he's staying right with him. Gonna have to fight off Wayne Hutchinson back there as well.
Ooh, might have been a little contact there from Wayne into the back of Brian Barnes.
Well, speaking of IndyCar, the record for the Tri-Oval is 40.9 seconds back in 2014.
Wow. Last lap here was a 56.04. Oh, Brian got loose to the inside of Butch Davis. Davis got up into the wall, but Barnes going to be able to get in front of Wayne Hutchison here down the back straightaway. Beltrami gets loose.
Wow. Beltrami had to wheel that thing.
He is a wheelman.
Butch Davis looked like he had to check up just a little bit, not sure where Beltrami was going to be able to put that 14 machine.
Something tells me that Beltrami salami isn't just deli meat. Might have been a little too Fox Sports for this broadcast. Either way, he is doing a phenomenal job here, holding on to 6th, trying to close in on this top 5 group, but it's tough to do that when you've got side by side behind you. You've got everybody trying to pass you. Matt Sisler continues to lead over Bentley Glazer, Lyle Swearingen, Chris Samard. Chad Simpson there in 5th. These guys still have one more pit stop coming their way. And here comes Swearingen and Samard to make it. Butch Davis comes in as well.
Swearingen hard on the brakes. They're having to get that 68 machine slowed down.
That's how you have to do it. You almost got to catch these guys off guard. Now these guys, you want to be the first to pit last. This guy's still out on the racetrack. They've got a decision to make. Do they stay out longer, try to extend this gap that they know they can at least work their rhythm and try to maintain? Or it sounds like the 93's coming into pit.
I would say you have to come down like the next lap, otherwise that could hurt you because the lap time difference is over a second.
That, and it's just been so hard to complete a pass here. And we've obviously seen Sisler take the pass for the race lead. It's not impossible, but it is so hard. If you can get that track position, get out in front, you might have yourself a good chance. Chad Simpson takes over the lead. Ryan Steele, Brian Barnes, Bob Beltrami, Wayne Hutchison, about a second and a half behind him, all in line.
Simpson's still staying out.
So Swearingen and Samard are going to get in front of the 36 and 93. Bentley Glazer gets in front of the 93 through that pit cycle as well. And Mike, that just goes to show you were right there. You got to come in as soon as they do. You cannot afford even one lap on those older tires. Chad Simpson just ran his best lap of the race. Or not Chad Simpson, sorry. Lyle Swearingen at a 54.98.
And we're going to see them probably try and maintain that pace for as long as they can. As they made that last pit stop, you know they can make it to the end. Otherwise, they wouldn't have came in when they did. Chad Simpson just going to try and stretch it out as far as he can. Hope for a caution within the next few laps here. That way, maybe he can make it to pit lane, have the fresher tires, and hopefully be able to pass some drivers after making his pit stop.
Yeah, I would say he's probably got about 3 to 5 more laps left in the tank, along with the rest of these guys that came in at lap 22. I know I said 22 initially.
Ooh, Barnes off the wall.
Moment for him there. Third, fourth, and fifth all coming in. Chad Simpson and Ryan Steele staying out.
Yeah, if a guy's going to push it to the limits, it's going to be Ryan Steele.
Oh, you know it. He's going to push it to the limit on fuel, and he's going to be his best on tires at the end.
Yep. Matt Sisler, Bentley Glazer going side by side, back and forth for 12th and 13th.
Scott Kukas comes in. Jacob Jensen, another driver who's staying out, obviously got involved in that crash. Came in, got a lot of damage repaired. He's going to be able to run a little bit further than some of these guys as well. Another driver hoping for that caution flag. 19 laps to go and a lot of separation in this field, though. Miles Swearingen is about 30 seconds behind your race leader. Look at this group of 3. Bentley Glazer also involved, but staying a little bit off of the bumper tag. Sisler wants to go.
Yeah, Sisler wants to go. Ryan Steele, Jacob Jensen, and Chad Simpson all hoping that these guys get a little too aggressive and bring out that caution to set up the finish that they need up front.
Multiple different lines being taken here. Swearingen took the bottom to middle. Sisler all the way down. Samard a little bit higher. Bentley Glazer just tried to find whatever clean air they would give him. Side drafting down the front straightaway. Sisler trying to pull that 77 back. He's going to succeed, but no, Samard stays strong up on the outside. What a drive there. He got that. Oh, a little bit of contact there. He got that thing in the throttle at the right time. He was able to get clear of Sisler. Sisler tried that side draft once again, but no, nothing doing. Oh, now Sisler goes wide, and Samard gets loose, but not loose enough to take him off of the back bumper of Lyle Swearingen getting into turn number 3.
Smart stuck that 77 right on that yellow line, didn't let Matt Sisler get to his inside, and now they are battling again. Lap traffic almost takes out Samard. Cody Matthews there.
Tell that to Chris. He didn't even let off.
Wow.
He's right up on the rear bumper of Lyle Swearingen down the front straightaway. We know how aggressive that 77 can be on entry. Sisler gets a little bit more aggressive, slides up into him. Bentley Glazer moves down to the inside of the 93, try to take away that spot. This is effectively the battle for the race lead after your top drivers come into the pits. Chad Simpson and Ryan Steele and Jacob Jensen still staying out there. Keith Kelman, another one of those guys who's trying to stay out. Look at how deep Sisler drives it into the corner up on the top. He is drifting it, dirt tracking it.
Trying everything he can.
Big run here, big push. These guys are working well together. Not intentionally, but they are.
All 4 of them are battling pretty good.
Sisler, loose,
Sisler
gets up into the wall. Glazer going to try a wide entry and a late apex. Gets onto the throttle sooner than the rest of them. He's got a nice run on Sisler. Is it going to be enough with the tow that Sisler gets from Samard up in front of him, though? Keith Kelman is in the pits. Pits from 4th place. Oh, Sisler, he got up out of that left rear on the entry.
Chad Simpson coming in.
Ryan Steele takes over the race lead. Impressive run out of Steele. I mean, these guys are able to go a lot further than I expected. He's on lap number 29 of his fuel run.
Well, that makes me wonder how much fuel Jensen is saving. Jensen came in on lap 27, and he has been running almost half a second slower than Ryan Steele.
I mean, that's still 37 laps he would have to go. That is a very long way to go on fuel. I mean, I don't even think if they had 100% they could make it that long. Seems like Steele's coming in this time.
I was like, Ryan Steele pitted on lap 22 and made it to 51.
Jensen's coming in too. So Lyle Swearingen going to take over the race lead, and we've got a 4-truck tango. No, tango's wrong. It takes 2 to tango. This is a fatal 4-way.
I'll say Jacob Jensen looks like he needed to get his truck in and get it fixed. Side by side.
Samard and Sisler have not given up on each other. I mean, these guys have been trading positions. Sisler was finally able to get around Samard, and now Samard gets a run coming through 3. Little bit of door banging down the front straightaway. Sisler gonna pinch him down coming up off of turn number 2. Samard gets loose. Little bit of contact. Samard loose again, and now Bentley Glazer gonna get around that 77. Lyle Swearingen tries to move down and keep that 77 side by side with him.
Yeah, Smart back to fourth once again. He's found himself here a couple times tonight. See what he can do as he's closing in on the back of Bentley Glazer.
Sisler try to close in on that race lead. Clean air is king here at Pocono, but the draft down these front straightaways can give you such a run. Sisler going to try to take it down to the inside. He's going to send it down on the inside. He's going to slide up. Contact between him and Swearingen. Here comes Bentley Glazer down to the inside. Matt Sisler takes the race lead with a slider at 175 miles an hour. Bentley Glazer trying to get down to the inside to take it in two. But Lyle Swearingen all over the rear bumper of Sisler is going to give him that toe, give him that draft to move out in front. Side by side for second place as Samard now moves down to try to get Bentley Glazer out of there. Lyle Swearingen back to fourth.
So Matt Sisler's lucky that Swearingen let off just a little bit there, as that contact to that rear bumper could have sent that 93 down the wall.
Or up to the wall. I mean, we saw it just the other day in the Cup Series.
Now the 77-68 have to regroup and try and close in on Glazer and Sisler.
Let's go on board here with the 68 down the front straightaway. Just a little bit of contact. Coming to 10 laps to go, this time by the top four, separated by less than half a second. Here comes Bentley Glazer down to the inside for the lead. Chris Simard going to go with them, give him a bit of a push. Into turn number one, Sisler fights hard up on the outside. Smart gets loose. Swearingen does too. They all go down to the bottom to try to pass Sisler. Here comes Glazer looking to the outside. Sisler able to defend down the Long Pond straightaway. Mike, I tell you what, we've still got 20-some miles to go. That's a long way to defend from these very, very hungry guys behind you who saw what you're willing to do to take the lead. Be willing to bet.
Yeah.
They're going to feel a little bit more risky now.
Yeah, they saw what you did, so now all bets are off here as they start to close in. And they keep getting runs back and forth. They just haven't been able to get by for the moment. Big run here for Glazer as he pulls down to the inside. But Samar doesn't really go with him.
Sisler has been so good at just driving it deep into corners from the outside and still hitting that apex. I'm not sure if it's a brake bias thing or what. Every time somebody gets down to his inside, he's able to outdrive them into the corner. Samard really pushing for a lead change here. Here comes Glazer down to the inside. Sisler able to cut off that run, though. Bentley stays in it. Side draft down the front straightaway. He's going to have a long way to get this done, and he's going to have help down the front straightaway. Here comes Samard. Sisler moving down to try to cut off the draft. He's going to drive it in as deep as he can up on the outside, but nothing doing this time. He's going to lose the race lead. Might be able to hold on to second from Samard, though, as Swearingen moves up to the outside. Swearingen says, I don't want to work with you. I'm going to go with the 77. Sisler's still trying to block everything he can so he can try to get back to the front. Sees Bentley Glazer in front of him, tries to poke out for a moment. Clips that apron, gets sideways, but did that help him? It didn't hurt.
I would say it definitely didn't hurt him, as he is still able to hang on to second. Simard trying to figure out what he can do to get by this 93. He was able to push Bentley Glazer by, was hoping that he'd be able to keep the momentum as the 93 slides down and blocks again. Chris Simard not going to cut him any breaks, goes down to the inside, has some help.
Sisler's viable to get himself wrecked at this point. He is very aggressive here in the final 10 laps, as he should be trying to win this race. But you've also got to consider the fact that if you do something on this lap, there's 6 more for them to do it back to you.
Yeah, a little door.
Oh, and there it is! Chris Simard goes around!
Wow.
Caution comes out for the 4th time here today in the final 10 laps. Matt Sisler, Lyle Swearingen, Chris Simard all racing hard for 2nd place. We knew contact was coming. Fortunately, the 77 is the one who seems to take the brunt of it. Let's take a look. I'm not quite sure how to call that. I'll need another look. Down the backstretch, Sisler side draft a little with the 77. Looks like Sisler kind of came down. Lyle Swearingen was, we'll ride on board. We'll maybe take the cockpit view here with Lyle if we can. So we are down the back straightaway here. So here's a bump to Simard. Yeah, Sisler comes down.
Yeah, Lyle's wheel was pretty straight.
Yeah.
I think
he definitely didn't change input down the back straightaway.
No, it looked like Simard pulled down more than Lyle moving. I mean, if you think he went out of line, but definitely looks like the 77 moved away from Sisler there.
Yeah, it was just a little poke there. I mean, it's tough because we're looking here at video game inputs. It's not like we're seeing the actual driver's hands and seeing his actual reaction. I mean, some things could be laggy, could be netcode, could be whatever, but from the angles that we've seen, it kind of looks like the 93 kind of touched down for a second right before that contact was made. And I mean, he's been aggressive all race. We kind of knew that if something was going to happen, there was a high potential for it to happen around him, especially in these last 10 laps. I mean,
last
you can't
10
say
laps?
He doesn't want it.
No, God, no.
So Butch Davis stays out, as does Chad Simpson, Julian Ricci, Bob Beltrami. Ryan Steele, the first one out, took 2 tires, followed by Lyle Swearingen, Bentley Glazer, Scott Kukas, Brian Barnes, Wayne Hutchison in your top 10. Then John Kenyon, Wayne Fleet, Dustin Burns, Matt Sisler, Keith Kelman, Drew Lalonde, Jacob Jensen, and Barry Phil. Chris Simard still on the pit lane, getting some more of that damage fixed. Going to try to get back out here and hope that maybe attrition goes his way in these final couple of laps.
I thought maybe Jacob Jensen was going to stay out after coming in, so few laps ago, but it looks like he had more damage to repair. Spent 38 seconds in his box, so maybe he's got that 64 Chevy all fired up, ready to go, and maybe he can make some moves here late in the race.
Yeah, I mean, he told us it was about 2 minutes. He was hoping for another caution. I think he got about a minute and a half on that first one. Now he's got the opportunity to try to race hard and gain some spots. Though it's going to be tough. Bob Beltrami and Ryan Steele both up in the top 5. Those are his 2 championship rivals as we move into the final week in Atlanta in just 7 days. Same time, same place. Sim Racing Media. And Mike, of course, try not to make a big deal of it, but we know that's going to be your last show with us here at Sim Racing Media, so we'll try to make it a fun one up here and not let you go out on a low note. That's for sure.
It's definitely been quite an experience that started, 5 years ago now. Kind of crazy to think about that.
It really is. I mean, had a couple of trips. We've had plenty of shows, some trial and error things that have and have not worked, and we've made friends and lost friends along the way. It's easy to get them rose-colored glasses or graduation goggles, but got a restart coming our way. With 3 laps to go, Butch Davis and Chad Simpson on the front row with Julian Ricci and Bob Beltrami in row 2. Ryan Steele, first driver to come in for any tires, is in 5th. He took 2 to his outside as 4 tires with Lyle Swearingen. 3 laps to get it done here at Pocono. That's still 7.5 miles. And if we don't make it back to the white, we'll re-rack it for 5 more miles. Great flag, back in the air. Butch Davis leads us down. Chad Simpson to his outside.
I'm going to slide in behind, get that draft working. Trying to get as much ground as he can. 3 wide back behind them as Ryan Steele goes down to the bottom. Going to try and get by Ricci here with Lyle Swearingen up on the high side. And Bob Beltrami trying to maintain his position at a high line as well.
Beltrami in front of Swearingen, and now side by side is Ryan Steele and Lyle Swearingen. That's kind of the big battle we're looking at right now because that's where the tires are. They're 3 wide getting into turn 2. Ricci goes wide. They're going to be 4 wide coming up off. This is not going to work. John Kenyon goes around. Into the wall goes Matt Sisler. Caution comes out, and we're going to overtime.
Jacob Jensen almost involved in that as well.
Sisler comes on the radio, says, I guess I had that coming. Know some drivers kind of came on the radio talking about his aggressive driving. See what happened here. We got Sisler, Kenyon, and Kukas. Kukas in the Play-Doh machine. Haven't talked about him much, and that's Julian Ricci up on the outside. They're trying to move down, and Jensen did get a piece. He's the one who turned Kenyon around.
Yeah, Kukas pulled down and put Kenyon in that bad spot with Sisler, and uh-oh.
See it here as they're going to see that one come up into your screen. Kukas goes down to try to avoid it. Gets Kenyon loose. Spins him down in front of the 64, and Sisler kind of bounces around. Just want to hide that. Look at the flag man. It's a dedicated flag man. Everybody knows it's under caution. Now he's relaxing. All right. Good job, buddy.
He wants his screen time.
Had to give it to him. Appreciate everybody tuning in here live on Sim Racing Media. We apologize for the technical difficulties that we had earlier, and well, what you definitely heard me say. So sorry for the F-bombs there while I was trying to figure out what was going on. And thank goodness this isn't FCC regulated.
As long as it's not in the first 5 seconds, we're good. Actually, I think it's first 5 minutes.
Lucky for us, we've got a 5-minute intro.
Exactly. Hey, I worked with Tony. I'm sure he said worse stuff on the air.
Yeah,
Oh.
that is very fair.
Oh.
And I'm sure it wasn't, during commercial where you accidentally freeze the game trying to get a camera. Ram cam wasn't meant to be tonight, but we'll make it happen for the final race next week. Although Sisler gave us a bit of a ram cam. Not as bad as Carson Hocevar's ram cam, but
Oh, man.
Mike, I'm mad about that. My driver's first DNF on the season came from 4 rows back.
That's crazy.
That's like the stuff I would make up when I played with my cars as a kid, Like how to crash all 5 cars. Well, this is how.
Yeah. Bubba saying how fast he was and that he just needs to not be dumb, basically.
I like that that's a personality trait in a driver right now because,
Well, why else
I
would you
know
watch the races?
it's going to be a tough learning curve in the Cup Series. Obviously, we're looking at Connor Zilic, and wow, he has probably had the worst rookie season ever. But, Carson seems to be able to figure this stuff out, and if he can just keep his head on his shoulders and not piss everybody off.
Yeah. Well, the main problem I have with Zilic is Trackhouse has kind of sucked. I mean, they got lucky with the rain out there. But when your best oval driver,
Spire got the rain out.
Spire. But
no, but you're right. Trackhouse,
like
your best oval
their
driver,
best finishes. What? SVG? No way.
Shane Van Gisbergen got 5th at Nashville. I think it got 11th in the 600 after running top 10 and getting stage points. I'm a big SVG guy, so it's been impressive to watch what he's doing. But we're going to watch these final 2 laps and be even more impressed because Chad Simpson and Butch Davis lead us down. Ryan Steele up on the outside trying to find somewhere to go. Lyle Swearingen also doing the same. Bentley Glazer. Simpson got away pretty good here on the initial start. Steele moves down to the inside for second. He's going to be able to nose out in front. Here comes Glazer all the way up top, where Mama hides the cookies. Try to get it done. 3 wide down the back straightaway. 4 wide, a little bit further back for a moment. Chris Samard trying to work his way up through. Ryan Steele not quite able to take away second from Butch Davis on those 2 tires. Bentley Glazer, he's on 4 tires behind him. 1 more quarter to make it to the white flag.
Trying to get there. Jacob Jensen trying to make the best of a bad situation here. Finds himself just inside the top 10 running P9 as he goes to the inside of Julian Ricci. Passes for, I guess that was for 9th as he completed the pass, but here we go.
White
Final
flag
lap
in the
of the
air.
race.
Ryan Steele closing in on Chad Simpson. He's got 2 fresh tires and looks to the outside. Bentley Glazer right behind him if he needs the tow. Bob Beltrami gets a little bit loose. Down the back straightaway, Ryan Steele able to take over the race lead. Can Bentley Glazer make a run at him? He's going to look down to the inside into turn number 2. Glazer on 4. Steele on 2. Through turn 2, it's going to be side by side coming up off the corner. Ryan Steele with the run. He's got help from Chad Simpson. No, he doesn't. Simpson goes down to the inside, 3 wide, trying to put his nose in there. Bentley Glazer closes him off. Ryan Steele able to keep his nose up on the outside, or can Glazer get clear? Steele into the wall. Bentley Glazer gonna get out in front. Bob Beltrami crashes across the line. Bentley Glazer wins the race over Ryan Steele, and Chad Simpson comes home in third. What a drive by Bentley Glazer there. He had to cover 2 lanes going into 3. He had to worry about the car on his outside he was trying to pass, and the car on his inside trying to pass him. Able to make a big send into turn 3. Gets it done. Ryan Steele got to be a little heartbroken after that one. But a phenomenal drive out of the 12 to come home in second. Jacob Jensen able to recover up to 7th, but still, this closes our championship battle up even more. Bob Beltrami with the crash coming up off of turn number 4. That's going to hurt his chances.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a 2-truck race next week between Ryan Steele and Jacob Jensen, depending on drop weeks. We'll see kind of how that all figures it out. That is Bentley Glazer's 35th win of the Tuesday series, too.
Steele did everything he could to stay up on the outside, and I tell you what, if he had a foot more, he'd have been able to wreck them both. I don't know if that's what he would have wanted, but Glazer was not going to give him anything. He was not going to lift. He was either going to wreck them both, or he was going to win that race.
Yeah, it definitely looked like it.
Bentley Glazer, it's Liam and Mike up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yep, I got you.
And I tell you what, a phenomenal drive out of you here today. First off, talk us through that last lap, because I was just talking to Mike. It basically looked like you were not lifting. You were either going to win the race or you were going to wreck yourself trying.
Yeah, I really wanted this one. I raced, hard all night and had a chance at it all night, and I thought for sure after that caution I didn't have a chance, but we worked through it.
You're able to follow Ryan Steele through, make all the right moves, and now you find yourself here in victory lane. Talk with us about the race. It was a little bit more chaotic, I would say, than last week. We saw a couple of incidents. We saw some good hard racing as well, and some beating and banging. What are your overall thoughts of this race here at Pocono?
Oh, this is a great race. Everybody, like the top 8, all had a shot at winning at some point in this race, and I said sorry to Ryan because I did clear myself, but it worked out. He wasn't mad.
There's a million things I could ask you about, because you guys were so phenomenal. You guys were a group of 4 racing for the lead before that final caution came out. I know we've only got a couple weeks left in the season, but what does it mean to be able to race in a league this cool? And you coming back for next season full time, or?
Yeah, it means a lot to be in this league, and I'm definitely coming back for a full season next year, try for the points. But yeah, and it's a lot harder to win now. There's a lot of fast guys in here.
Well, you might have to deal with me next year or next season, because I had too much fun last week.
Oh yeah, that was good racing last week. I loved it. Hope to see you out there more.
Well, Bentley, before we let you go, who do you want to thank for such a strong run, getting the job done here today?
Thank you in the booth. Thank WSRL and thanks to my team OGR. That's all.
Well, awesome stuff, man. We'll see you next week at Atlanta.
All right, thank you.
Let's go second place, Ryan Steele.
Hey, Ryan, Mike up in the booth, man. How's it going?
Doing good.
Well, that was a heck of a race there, those final few laps. Kind of walk us through how that final lap was there, trying to close in on Bentley Glazer.
The first part was to get past the other guys that were on old tires. That was a big old brawl in itself. Thankfully, having newer tires, I could just kind of go wherever I wanted, and there wasn't a whole lot they could do about it sometimes. But then holding Bentley off on the last lap, I thought I was going to have an easier time of it than that. But I did only change 2 tires, and the actually changing those 2 left sides that are usually not doing much for you made the difference for him in turn 3, and he got by me. But hey, it's a good result for me. I'm happy.
Yeah, definitely. We heard Jacob Jensen key up early in the run after getting kind of demolished there. Kind of almost congratulating you on the championship, but we'll see how it all shakes out here. What would another championship mean to you in the WSRL?
First of all, I'm not ready to declare a victory yet because next week is Atlanta, and I view Atlanta as kind of a dice roll. A really bad race for me would put him right back up front, I think. So, not willing to say I've got it in the bag. But with how difficult it's been to be up front in this series compared to the last time I got the championship, which was, I thought that was tough then. But now, just running top 10 can sometimes be an achievement. So, being able to kind of be the Alan Kowicki again and make up a freak ton of points in the last half of the season and being at least have a chance for it. That's definitely very thankful for that.
Definitely, man. Well, before we let you out of here, who do you want to thank for this second place run here tonight?
Well, as always, I've got to thank my Dog Bear team and Weatherman Bob for helping prepare for the race. And I got to thank you guys for covering the series.
Definitely, man. Well, congrats, and we'll see what you can do next week.
Thank you. Hopefully I'm talking to you again next week.
And we've got Chad Simpson. Chad, it's Liam and Mike up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, the call to stay out late, it was a bold one. It almost worked out for you. Walk us through that green-white checker there. Do you think there was anything more you could have done to keep those tires behind you?
Apparently, I'd lost count of what tires people had because I thought almost everybody was out, and I still had an extra set. I wasn't gonna pit because I thought everybody was out, and I was gonna be in the back. So I'm not sure where I screwed that up, but I think if the first green-white checker had stayed green, I might have had a shot. I had a bit of a gap and a little buffer with Ricci, I think. And when we got the yellow and Steel was restarting fourth, I was like, well, I'm not going to be able to hold those off. So I just kind of tried to do what I could. There wasn't really anything I could do outside of just straight dumping them in turn 3 coming to the checker. But P3, it was kind of a weird strategy race for me, but good finish.
Well, the strategy worked out for you, and like you said, a good finish. Sorry there. Walk us through your day here. I mean, I know you started outside of the top 10. I believe you did. I had a bit of a glitch, so I know you had to gain a bunch of spots at least at some point in this race. What was it like working through traffic? How tough was it to pass?
Okay, I don't remember where I started either. I honestly, the first stop, the reason that I stopped is because I wanted to speed on pit road. I wanted to specifically test out this whole new pit speed thing, and I was doing a little over and didn't get nabbed for that. So I kind of knew where I could push it the rest of the race. I didn't really care if I went to the back at the beginning, but yeah, it was tough to pass if you were on the same strategy with someone. If you had newer tires, then you could fly past people. When I had the freshest tires in the field, me and Steele had the freshest tires the last 15 laps. I was flying past people. I don't know if I had time to catch the leaders, but if I could have gotten there, then it would have been a win.
Well, you did everything you could here tonight. Who do you want to thank for such a strong run here, coming home third?
Yeah, thanks to Vero Motion, Surf Secure, Sim Motion, the FPR Simrig Accessories Creation Studio, Else Engineering, FTT FRFI, Satellite Rogue Alliance, FPR Motorsports, Bob putting it on, you guys broadcasting, the fan club. My mom is sitting right here watching the race on my computer the entire time. And I don't know who else, but thanks to everybody for watching.
Awesome stuff, man. Congrats on the podium. We'll talk to you again hopefully next week.
All right, see you.
All right. Well, that's going to about do it for us here. We've got the results. Bentley Glazer wins the race over Ryan Steele, Chad Simpson, then Butch Davis, Lyle Swearingen, Wayne Hutchison, Jacob Jensen, Julian Ricci, Bob Beltrami, Wayne Fleet rounding out your top 10. The rest of the field will scroll through on the bottom right side of your screen. Finish up here at Pocono. The race ends up going 67 laps with 167 miles. 9 lead changes, 5 cautions for 15 total laps. Hard charger of the race, Julian Ricci. Matt Sisler led the most laps. Fastest lap of the race was Jacob Jensen. Fastest lap in qualifying was Scott Kukas. Thank you guys so much for tuning in here live on Sim Racing Media. Can't wait for next week. The championship will be decided. Jacob Jensen, Ryan Steele, ready to race it out for the title. Well, we'll be here at the same time, 9:20 Central, 10:20 Eastern. Ready to go. As always, like to say, to quote Cletus, do it for Dale, be like Biff. I'll throw in, always keep it rowdy. And as you guys walk through the streets of life, please don't play in traffic. Have a good night, folks.